Okay, this is my video of making flare jeans into, or flare pants into skinny pants. All I did was lay out my jeans on top, flat, not on me, and marked the leg here, and I gave it seam allowance. The leg came to here, and so I made it longer. So I'll be cutting this off, and you want to make sure you give yourself enough room that the seam is flat, so that when you sew it, you're not sewing this big bloop. Like down here, you can see that I didn't have the seam flat, but it didn't matter because I'm cutting this part off. But then it would make it, if you cut it, it would make it, one side would be wider and one side would be narrower. And to make them straight together would twist the pant leg. So you want to make sure that it's flat. So I got it flat up here where the seams are going to match. And it's not really good, but I'll even it up as I sew it. And then as you go down, you want the pant leg to be flat so that when you sew it together, it won't twist. And then I will open this up here. I'll cut it first, and then I'll just pick the seam out. So, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, and now I'm going to try to start cutting one-handed with my big honkin' scissors. My big tailor scissors I got. No, I can't do this one-handed, so I'll have to take pictures of this. So anyway, you cut this off, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I cut off the extra, and I probably need to go back since I went through all 4 layers. So that's not always the best thing to do, but I just want to get it done. And I have it folded in half, you can see up there. So you could do it this easy way. You just mark one leg. This is where you should pin it and try it on if you don't know if it'll fit you or not, and how big a seam you can put on the pants. So otherwise they'll be too skinny. Now I have these are stretch. So if they're stretch, you have room to make more mistakes than if it's a woven fabric that has no stretch. So I'm going to clean this up, and then oh, I have to do this part here. I have to take this part off and open up the seam, and so you just take this out. So when you open it up, I'll have to do it because I can't do it one-handed. I'll have to do it off camera. Okay. Okay, this is where I undid the seam, the hem of the pants, and I pulled it down and put together the seams, right sides together, so that when I'm done I can just fold it up and sew right on top of it again, and it'll look like the manufacturer's quality. Now you can skip this and just take this if you wanted to and just serge it or sew it, but then you would have this at the bottom, at the edge, and it shows, and you have your thread that comes down here. I did it on another pair of jeans. It's not high quality, but it doesn't show except to me. But if you want it to look real snazzy, then you want to open up the seam, and then it will sew nicely. Okay, I gotta do the other one and then serge it, I guess. Okay, so here are my pants here, and I'm going to go ahead and serge them. Doing this the next day. Okay, so line it up here where I cut it. I want to be sure to continue the seam as close as possible, so otherwise it'll have a V effect like this. So I'm going to have to basically round off this corner here. So I'll stick this in here and start up a little bit higher. And I prefer to match colors as closely as possible. As you can see, I have red and hot pink from sewing diapers, so that's not going to happen. And I don't feel like changing the thread. So here we go. Now if you don't have a serger, you can just sew it and then zigzag over the edges. Yeah, this is supposed to suction to the table, but okay, I want to make sure that it stays aligned because I didn't pin it all the way. It could have blooped and then ended up like one of these kind of things at the end. I'm going to just go ahead and take it slow here as I get to the end to make it nice and neat. So I didn't want to undo a lot of the cuff, because I'm lazy about that. So I'm going to take this slow. Remember, always take out your pins when using a serger. Always take out your pins. Just do it slow. Hope it comes out. Okay, so it came out, and I didn't undo the cuff all the way because I'm lazy in that sense. So I have a nice red line. My sewing thread is going to show through, and this happens to be on the outside of the leg on these pants. On jeans, no, this one's on the inside of the leg. Oh good, even better than I thought. So you can see how I matched up the seam by going back farther and then going down all this way. Yeah, my serger's not, I didn't practice and it's been out of use for a while, so I'm going to have these beautiful things. But it's on the inside. So anyway, when you open the cuff, you can see how then it does the edge nice and neat. And you can just fold it back up. It's not 100%, see? Lazy. See what laziness gets you is not perfection. And then you can just take your sewing machine. You can either do it double needle or single needle. And this is where I'd say try to match the thread better than I did. And you can sew right over it. And then you have one side of your skinny leg pants. Okay, so I went ahead and started the rest of the leg. And here I'm going to do the cuff again, just in case you want to see it again. So take out the pins, hold it tight, and you want to turn it, since you don't have a anything else to hold on to, you want to turn it as you go, and it will grab it and pull it under and actually make a straight line. Okay, so you can see it does funky stuff sometimes, but you can see that it goes right in like that. And here's another cuff you finish. Okay, these are my pants all done. I put them on, and they're not skinny. I didn't make them. I didn't want to overdo it and make them too skinny. So they're still a good 4 inches here. And I didn't sew the edge here because my sewing machine is all covered with storage stuff. So, and here's the insides. So it's not super skinny legs, but that's where you take your measurements And I can always go back and make them skinnier, but I like them a lot. And now I have a new pair of pants. And that's how you make them flare legs, bell bottoms into a skinny jean. And the measurement started about at the knee. Is a good place to go from, and then it went down to the ankle. Make sure that you can fit your foot through the cuff, that you don't make it too skinny. Or if you're adventurous, apply a zipper. You can make it as skinny as you want, as long as it fits down to your ankle. Then you can unzip it and take them off. And that's how I did it. That's all. Bye-bye.